Guys, good morning and welcome into the stream as we are about to attack a bunch of player props for week 13 in this NFL Sunday. No team is on a bye. We've already had 4 games that have happened earlier in the week, and now we got a full slate of games. 7 early slate games going on, so we got a lot to jump into. So we're going to first start off with a little DFS. Great to see you guys. Hope you're having a great start to your morning. And let's rip through some bets. Let's make some money. Let's finish November strong. I want to hear from you guys in terms of how your November has been treating you thus far. It's been a really solid month for me. Very, very happy with how November has went. And we'll definitely go through in the stream at some point and kind of go through the numbers on my OddsJam dashboard, just for those of you that are maybe new or looking to get into positive EV betting. You can kind of see the volume that I've been getting down on a day in and day out basis. So let me refresh the page here. I have all the major DFS sports books pulled up. I have Better, Underdog, PrizePicks, DraftKings, Pick 6, Dabble. I also have Parlay Play teed up. And we're just looking at what some of the professional bettors using the exchanges want for their NFL plays. So this is where, the ProfitX's, the NoVigs of the world, you could post whatever you want in terms of liquidity on these exchanges. So when someone's posting $1,900 on Terrence Ferguson's under on his receiving yards, that's a lot of money. That's more money than most sports books, or really any of the sports books, will take for player props, even on game day. So, you could see that Pinnacle's taking actually on Ferguson $1,000, but on Quinshon Judkins, they're only taking $500. So, when you start to see people are posting bets or liquidity numbers beyond that $500, then you know that, it's most likely there's a high degree of certainty that they are a professional sports bettor. So, looking on this Judkins play, again, we could bet this at minus 116 odds over at Underdog. Somebody wants him at minus 117, minus 118, all the way up to minus 126. Pinnacle sees this under at minus 144. So, again, we could go over to Underdog to play the opposite of Judkins if we wanted to. I don't bet too many unders on touchdowns, but I'm fine with trying it out this time. So I'm just going to take the under on his rushing and receiving touchdowns. We just basically don't want him to score. And then this Ferguson play, somebody wants this at minus 116 odds. I'm looking to play a 3-pick slip, guys, with no insurance on Underdog, which means I'm getting this at minus 122 per play. So this Ferguson play is still within the range. It's about 8 cents off. So I'm okay with it. Taking it. If you want to put this on a 6-pick entry, be my guest. The under on the receiving yards. Keegan Murray. Okay, this is very good to bookmaker. Not very good to FanDuel or Pinnacle, but somebody wants this on the under 7.5 rebounds on Keegan Murray, which I'm fine with checking this out. For myself, guys, over here on my personal Underdog, the max that I can wager is $25. I'm limited, but I can still get down $25 a slip, which is, it's better than PrizePicks. PrizePicks just limits you just to $5 a slip. Okay. So these are all unders. We're fading all these dudes, and I'll go ahead and share this link with you guys. So we're going to start off with an Underdog 3-pick slip. Eric, what's going on, man? Good morning to you. Irish, good morning. Hitting Hope, good morning. Chi-Town, good morning. Haven't left for church yet. That's good to know. Trent, what's going on, man? 49ers faithful. Appreciate it, man. Good morning to you. Chi-Town says up 54 units this month. At one point, I was down 36 units. So from November 13th to today, up 90 units. That's an incredible run, Chi-Town. Love to hear that. Rick, what's going on, my man? How are you? Can we please hit up the JSN LeBron discounts on Better, Irish? No problem about that, man. Dr. Slip says, what's up, Billy? November was another great month for me. Super nice to see my bankroll grow exponentially. So I want to thank you again because I've been in the stream since I was starting. Appreciate you sharing that, Dr. Slips, and always really good to hear when things are going well. That's what it's all about. Hopefully for most of you guys, November has been a very solid month for you, just like for Chi-Town, just like for Dr. Slips. Dan, what's going on, man? I've been doing well. Dan, no, I won't be in PA. I'll be in PA probably in January. There's a high chance in January I might be going home for like 2 weeks, just to work and just to hang out with friends. So there's a pretty high degree I'll be there in January. Let me get rid of underdog for a second. Let's see. Yeah, we got some better discounts, guys. You could play, by the way, these, appreciate you guys sharing, by the way, everything. 49er says, what's going on, Joshua? Been a good month, 49er says. Up 36% for the month, which is insane. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Chat's popping off, guys. Appreciate you guys sharing. So we got some discounts on better, and we have a bunch. So this Charlie Warner under 4.5 receiving yards. Don't really have any sharp books posting lines for this particular prop, but somebody wants this for $2,000 at 117 odds. So various different discounts here, guys. I'm probably going to go with a Bo Nix. If you want to take your JSN, no problem. Take the Bo Nix over. And then this Charlie Warner play, I'm willing to go after this. We also have, guys, where you need an over on Brock Purdy's pass attempts to cash a 3-leg slip that we gave out on better a few days ago. So we want the less on Werner, and then you could grab Ferguson. You could grab Keegan Murray if you want to. What else do we got? We got Bashal Tootin. We got Jonathan Taylor. Tootin, okay. And then Jonathan Taylor, over on his receiving yards. I'm fine with this. The liquidity is a little low, but it's a good price to. It's not bad to bookmaker. It's okay. All right, so we're going to take Johnny Taylor's over receiving yards. And this is going to be a perfect entry, guys. Again, I can play this for $10 max. 3-pick entry, no insurance. All right, let me share this link with you guys. I use Bo Nix. This is my Bo Nix one. MP, what's going on, man? Good morning to you. Yeah, no problem, Dan. No problem. Yeah, I would say it won't be happening in the month of December. I have some friends and family coming out here around Christmas to visit. And I don't have any, and then I'm going back to Maryland before Christmas to see my sister. So I'll be in Maryland. But obviously just to see her, that'll be just for 2 or 3 days I'm spending Christmas with my family the weekend before Christmas. I'm hoping for travel purposes it won't be as crazy since I won't be actually there on Christmas Day. But for those of you that tuning in, hopefully you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving and appreciate you guys tuning in. We're just going through the DFS plays right now on the Sharp Money tool. So there was a 3-pick entry over there on better. So looking for my dabble people right here. Chet Holmgren under 9.5 rebounds. Somebody wants this at minus 132 odds for $1,800. I like that play a lot. So grab Chet Holmgren on his rebounds. Dean Wade, over 4.5 rebounds. This looks very good to bookmaker and to FanDuel. And somebody wants this at minus 130. Put this on a 3-pick slip. So Holmgren under on rebounds. Dean Wade, who plays for Cleveland, under on his rebounds. I like those two. 3rd pick here, let's look. Chris Rodriguez, nobody really is offering any pricing on this. Somebody wants this over 11.5 rushing attempts at minus 140 on ProfitX. So that's something for sure. Totally fine if you want to grab that. And then what's Pinnacle's price here? This Troy Terry plays okay. Probably, to round out your slip, guys, for my dabble users, Chris Rodriguez under on rushing attempts. I like just a hair more. Troy Terry under on his 2.5 shots on goal. He plays for the Ducks. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, I definitely like the Holmgren and Wade plays quite a bit on dabble. Those are pretty solid. Let me go over to the optimizer for PrizePicks because I'm not really crazy with what I'm seeing in terms of liquidity with the Sharp Money tools. Let's look at PrizePicks. What do we got? Okay, so we're just going to get rid of fantasy scores. Not a big fan of it. By the way, guys, always like to share the small wins. I didn't tweet it out or post it, but just share with you guys in the live stream. We just crossed 8,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate everyone in here, especially the regulars, OGs, DGens that are in here. Really, really appreciate your support and the fact that we hit 8,000. Every time I hit the 1,000, I go over another 1,000 subscriber mark, I kind of stop, smell the roses, and just want to give thanks, especially on Thanksgiving weekend. Very appreciative and thankful for all of you that are in here every day. Because you guys, there's a lot of regulars that are hardcore that show up here all the time, and I really appreciate that. So We did cross the 8,000 mark, which is awesome, and I'm super excited, obviously, to hit the 10,000 mark. So I'm looking forward to that and hitting that. Could all obviously possibly hit it by the end of 2025, but most likely 2026. Ken, good morning to you, my friend. Can't find Wade Irish? Okay. Dan, so honestly, it's a great question. I have forgotten to do that in the last couple of weeks, but I need to do that tonight. That would be a good thing. And especially, guys, one other thing that I'll share is I'll shout out some plays if I see anything that I like on PrizePicks. Thus far, I'm a little disappointed. We are in the last day of the month. So for myself, when it comes to my bankroll, this is the time when I love to, at the end of the month, guys, this is when I evaluate my bankroll, and I'm looking to figure out what my bankroll number is going to be for December. So I like to take it month by month. And honestly, you don't maybe have to go month by month. Every 2 weeks, I think, is fine. But I like to do a month by month case. So whatever my bankroll number is, what I like to do, a couple things, guys. I'm pretty diligent with this. I go through all my sportsbook accounts that I have, and I look at all the balances, and I write them all down. So I go through every sportsbook that I have an account with. I log into all, 30 of them. And I make sure that like all the money, like the money's there, right? Like, okay, this balance is correct. This balance is correct. I do all of that. So, I just like to make sure that I'm on top of everything because, throughout the month, we're placing a lot of bets. A lot's going on. I don't really see a ton here, guys, that I like for PrizePicks. So I'm just going to move on here and look at pick six. That's one thing I definitely like to do, though, is kind of check that out. So on pick six, we have a winnings boost pack, which, okay, we got gravy season. Nice. So this boost pack, I'm not sure. This is like an NFL boost pack. At the moment, they're looking at NBA plays. Peyton Pritchard, yes. I don't mind the Peyton Pritchard under PRA. Darius Garland, I don't mind that at all. Where's the NBA here? All right, let me see if I can move quickly on this one. I know this is an NBA slip, guys, but still, I do like this. So Garland over 25.5. Pritchard, they already bumped this to 24.5. What a shocker. But yeah, just kind of going back and going through, what the activity's been for the month for all my books, making sure I know the balances. It kind of helps me then reevaluate, where we want to go with for next month. KD's okay. I'll take the KD play. It's fine. It's good to Pinnacle. It's okay to FanDuel. All right, guys, so we're going to throw this one down. This is a 3-pick entry, no insurance. Share this with you guys. DraftKings pick six. Salia, what's going on, man? Good morning to you as well. But yeah, if you guys, what's going on, Master? If you guys are willing to share your November thus far, would love to hear from you. We'll go through here in a little bit in the stream, guys, to go through my numbers. Okay, so that's for DraftKings pick six for the NBA, but what about the NFL? What do we got over here? Because I know we got some kind of boost pack going on. Big matchup today for my Steelers. I'm nervous. I think we're going to lose against the Bills, but could be surprised. We'll see. Rodgers supposed to play. I'm going to hold my breath every time he falls on the ground with his fractured wrist. Rodriguez rushing attempts. Okay. These are all just kind of The Tootin plays, we can obviously, Tootin, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a wider distribution when it comes to rushing yards. We'll take his over. By the way, for my Dub Club users, picks are out, guys. Picks are out. Let's see. A little recap for anyone for Dub Club. Yesterday, we made a quarter unit, so it was a very small winning day, though we did go 3-0 on our NHL goal scorer picks. On Friday, Black Friday, we had a solid Black Friday. I want to say it was almost 4 units that we made on Friday. So it's been going well over on Dub Club. And again, guys, it's a much lower package. The Black Friday sale's over, but if you want to sign up for the 1 month or 3 month package, you'll receive a 3-day free trial. 1 month package is $19.99 a month. So, but obviously you can get yourself Get yourself 3 free days. NFL player prop picks are already out. I'll give out the NHL and NBA picks a little later today in the stream. Or not in the stream, but after the stream, excuse me, I'll give those out. So those are coming. Let's see. Tootin. Okay, so this Tootin play I don't mind. What about Tyrod? Tyrod's okay. It's not bad. Or Tyrod, however you say the dude's name. Josh Allen to throw a pick today. No pinnacle odds. I don't like that. And that's saying something, guys, because we're betting the over on Allen to throw a pick, and he's going up against my Steeler defense. So, if I don't see pinnacle odds, I don't really have the confidence in the play. Harold Fannin, man, this is not very good I really like this, though, to pinnacle. So I'm going to take this Harold Fannin play. Over 3.5 catches. Okay. We got a couple of boosts here. We actually have a few. So this is 30%. And we can place this up to $50 over here, which I love that. All right. So we're taking all overs on this slip. This is going to be my 3 pick. I put my boost on this, guys. So check that out. Yeah, no doubt about that. Irish said November 10th I was up 2K, and now I'm down 2K for the month. I had 12 straight losing days, and it's been hard mentally to keep betting. Yeah, I don't ever disagree with that. Irish. Also, man, if you ever, I'm also cool with this, guys. If you ever want to take just like, if you're in a spot where Irish is, unfortunately, where the coin hasn't flipped your way, if you ever want to take like just a break for a day or two, obviously, feel free to do so. Sometimes it just helps to reset mentally. You take a day or two off, and it feels like it was like 10 years ago when you placed the bet, when you get back into it. Over on Fliff, this San Diego minus 4.5. This is like, it's okay. We'll come back to pick six, guys, a little later in the stream because we're going to let the board kind of refresh because we still have another boost that's out there that we want to take a look. I might have 2 boosts. Yeah, not much on Fliff. Like, not a ton. This Robert Morris minus 11.5. This is okay. College hoops, Stetson versus Robert Morris. Don't mind that. Satch said a terrible week up until yesterday, but over up 3K, hoping to be up 4K after live betting NFL today. Love to hear that, Satch. Love to hear that, man. Good to hear that. Okay. Let's head over to the arbitrage tool. For any of my folks that are looking to day trade the sports books, you can have a great time doing that. To kind of give you a breakdown, guys, it's a very simple pre-match arbitrage setup. No alternate markets, just main markets and player props. Okay. And if you want to, guys, you're not going to be able to find as many arbs for main markets just due to its popularity. But the ones that you do find, even if they are a lower percentage, you can load up on the main market plays because sportsbooks are always willing to bet more on to take more money on main markets. Okay. So this is something that if you're new to arbitrage betting, most people don't understand this, and it's okay. Everyone is going to get limited first betting player props. That's not really a surprise or a shocker what I'm going to say. But if you're arbitrage betting, you're in just positive EV betting, you're always going to get limited on player props first. Player props have less liquidity. So if we're looking at the Rams and the Panthers on the money line, like who's going to win this football game? Pinnacle's accepting $60,000 on the Rams or the Panthers. They're taking $60K today, okay? But if I come over here to player passing touchdowns, they're taking $1,000 on game day, which is a decent amount for player props. They're taking $1,000 on Bryce Young. They're taking $1,000 or $2,000 on Matt Stafford, which is actually excellent, okay? So this is on game day, right? But if I go over to the NBA and I look at this Raptors-Knicks game, and I come down here to player rebounds, which is a more popular category, Pinnacle's taking $500 on Brandon Ingram, okay? So, but if you look at the money line play today, they're taking $6K right now. So the sports books always take more money on main markets. So when you're arbitrage betting, okay, you're not going to find as many high 3, 4, 5, 6% arbs for main markets, but the ones that you do find, guys, you can bet way more money on main markets than you can player props. So if you're like, dude, I got limited on player props, still try to arb on main markets. You might be able to get a little bit more down, okay? And like I know on FanDuel right now, they're probably taking, I'm on a 10% FanDuel account. I can still probably bet over $1,000 on a lot of NFL mainline markets. So just something to kind of keep note. It's pretty simple, though. Pick the sports book that you have accounts with, and then the tool just kind of does all the work for you. Now, naturally, you're going to see all the plays that pop up are player props. That's kind of the pain in the butt. There's a lot of opportunities with player props, and that's because the sports books have to offer such a large menu of player props. They just can't stay on top of it. The sports books know that arbitrage is out there. They just can't completely stop it altogether because of betting volume. Lines and odds are moving based on betting activity, news, and there's just so much out there that they really can't capture it all. So this is why you have 5 to 10 minutes at most to capture these arbitrage plays, right? You see a lot of purple. It's because it's a lot of Hard Rock. Hard Rock's a really easy book to beat. You're going to see, maybe some Bet Rivers. ProfitX is going to be your best friend. ProfitX and NoVig, they'll never limit you guys. It does not matter what market that you bet. This is why the exchanges are so goated, because they don't really care what you bet. They actually encourage you to bet more, because the more that you bet, the more money they make. 89er. Do you like playing the NoVig boost? I do, 89er. The unfortunate part is NoVig's not available in Arizona. So I haven't played NoVig since basically I moved back here. Right when I moved back here in April, that's when kind of NoVig and ProfitX got kicked out by Arizona. But yeah, I'll definitely play those. Cam, yeah, Fliff's decent to live bet. All the books are great to live bet. You can find value on all the books live betting, no doubt about that. Yeah, Irish said the one day I took off your Friday 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it was huge. It's all right, man. It's all right. Tyler, I don't have access to other people's. I mean, that could be a specific live stream where we can look at others. So to kind of break down what's going on, let me go through the custom date range here. All right, let's just go to the 1st through the 29th. Give you guys an idea. Okay, so the 1st through the 29th, I've made $3,700. Again, this does not count any of my DFS books. So all these bets that you see here, guys, this is not counting any PrizePicks or Underdog or, Better or any of those. These are all just straight wagers. Now, this does have the round robin. We hit the round robin on Friday, which was awesome. I don't know if any of you guys tailed that round robin, but we hit all 3 NHL goal scorers. Shout out to Brad Marchand, Kaprizov, and Dylan Larkin. Love you guys. Love you guys. So we've made over a 3% return off of my $114,000 investment. Again, guys, and this is including 2 Sundays ago. I lost $3,000 on a Sunday, right? So I took one on the chin a couple weekends ago, and we're still up almost $4,000. So remember, I don't have $114,000 sitting in my bank account. It's a big misconception from people that are new to the sports betting world. I just took the money that I wagered on the first, made some money, took the profits and the money that I wagered, and then reinvested that on the second, and then made more money, and then took those profits and the amount of money that I originally wagered and reinvested that on the third, and so on and so forth. So, right, guys, that's how this works. Is the money that I made, the money that I wagered, I got that all back, plus profits, took that, and then reinvested it again the next day. And that's how this number gets to be almost $114,000. So, placed almost 1,000 bets. Only won 45% of my bets. You can see, guys, profit by sportsbook. I've crushed FanDuel. You guys saw my screenshot earlier. I've had a great time on FanDuel. Looks like I haven't had a great time on DraftKings, which makes a lot of sense why DraftKings is still letting me give SGP boosts on their promos of $100. So have been having a good time, though, over on DraftKings. 4CX is an exchange out here in Arizona like NoVig and ProfitX. I need to start using them more because it's been a really, really good time. So DraftKings is the one that sticks out the most. ESPN Bet. Today should be, guys, by my knowledge, the last day for ESPN Bet. Then they go bye-bye. So what else we have? It hasn't been good in the NFL. It's been very good in the NBA. That's a sign that I like to at least see for the NBA. Makes sense, though, guys. Remember, I lost a ton of money on one specific Sunday, okay? On a Sunday. So no wonder why my NFL isn't looking so good. And then profits by market, no doubt about this, that player goals, guys, in the NHL, it's been This is now getting into the territory where, like, I know now that we just have an insane edge on NHL goals. Things still the coins maybe been flipping my way, but it's just been awesome because it was awesome last month and it's been awesome this month. And so I'm very, very excited about NHL anytime goal scores. I'm definitely going to be loading up more and more money in that market because it's just been crushing on FanDuel. And this is total points. And then this is what? Some player assists, player passing completions. Yeah, that's more of a J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams number right there. And then player touchdowns. Okay, player touchdowns hasn't been great, but that's all right. All right, so let's go over, speaking of that, I do have player touchdowns teed up. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's refresh the page. Appreciate that, 49ers faithful. Yeah, Trent, I mean, so obviously, guys, for anyone out there, I did not, we're hoping to hit all 3 picks on the round robin, but the idea is like I'm expecting on that round robin to lose a pick, right? And so when I saw Kaprizov pot a goal and Larkin had scored, I was excited because I was like, man, because when you're betting round robins, when all of your picks are plus odds, you're going to make money if you lose a pick, because you're betting underdog odds, right? If you bet round robins, guys, and every pick is minus 150 and you only hit 2 out of 3, then pretty good chance that, then you're not going to make your money back, right? So that's why for round robins, it's a specific strategy just for underdog plays. Not saying that you can't rock it on the favorite odds. You can definitely do so. I prefer to play it on underdog odds, right? So looks like Breece Hall. This looks decent. Falcons, Jets. Fanatics has the same price as Circa. Also, you can get this at no vig. Anything that's really above plus 145 is a great play. So FanDuel and ESPN's not in play here, guys. Dude, look at how stupid Hard Rock is. They're minus 125. So I'm gonna place this bet over at Fanatics. Again, guys, I'm limited on Fanatics, probably like most of you guys are. I can still wager somewhere between $40 to like $80 on NFL anytime touchdown scores. It's been really good. I got 70. So this is something like you don't want to sleep on when it comes to Fanatics. Is for NFL anytime touchdown scores, you can still get a decent amount down. So what can I bet here? On a plus 155 odds, they let me get the full $70 down. This is awesome. So this is a great play over Fanatics. You can bet this at Circa. I only had $70 in the account, but I get this over there in Fanatics, which is awesome. So again, guys, limited Fanatics account because it's an anytime touchdown score. This is an insanely popular market for casual D-gen bettors. That's why we can wager so much. So don't sleep on your sports books that you're limited on, because even though it is a player prop market, this is a very popular player prop market, just like anytime goal scores for the NHL, though the NFL anytime touchdown scores is much more popular because the NFL is way popular than the NHL. So check this out on Fanatics. And another telltale sign, like even though like we think Circa's a sharp book, which I normally would agree, the thing here is those guys like Fanatics is an extremely soft sports book. So anytime that I can get odds that are similar to Circa for Fanatics, that's a telltale sign for me. I want to bet this play. Looks like we are on and popping right now, dude. Fanatics is popping off. I got to get some more money over here, bro. I got to get some more money in this. I had no idea. Achan, Saints, Dolphins. This is just a really good price. ESPN bet it's okay, guys. This is awesome over at Fanatics. So I'm just going to have a field day trying to bet as much as I possibly can on this sports book. I probably can't. I just deposited about $250. So I want to go after this Achan play, and I definitely want to go after the James Cook play, even though it is against my Steelers. So let's see if I can get this Achan play for one. I just got a $150 bet on Achan. This is so nice. This is so nice. Fanatics. I kind of forgot about Fanatics for the NFL season. Plus 110 odds. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like super excited to bet on James Cook to score against my Steelers, but the Steelers defense has not been very good. Not been very good at all. So I have $100 left here. Let's see if I can get that down on Cook. I can. Dude, just shout out to Fanatics. I can still rip through some really good amounts. Really good. Love to hear that, Anton. Love to hear that, man. Appreciate that, 49ers. Yeah, hopefully you guys, been enjoying it thus far. Damn it. Kyron's out there too? Okay. So for those of you guys, some of you might only be able to bet like $5 or $10 on Fanatics. I'm not saying this is for everyone, but check this out, man, because there's some really, and these are all the running backs, right? You won all the running backs. Looks like this plays here. Nice. Okay. Achan's really, really good. This is fantastic. What's going on, Ron? How are you, man? Wilbo. BetBucks money line at -135. Big earlier in the week. Solid CLV would sum up if they go to lose. Yeah, I think a lot of us are in here feel the same way. Because we bet, where's it at? I bet the Browns on the money line beginning of the week. Where's it at? No, it's up here. Yeah, Cleveland at +220 odds. What's the Browns at right now? I put down a 3. That was a Satya Kala, which was great. Fortunately, it hasn't moved as much in our favor, but it is EV to Pinnacle. Pinnacle +216. Again, guys, when you remove the VIG or the juice from the books, anything above +216 is EV to Pinnacle. It's EV to Bookmaker. It's a low hold to cert. I think it's 220 we got it at. I can't remember the price. What was the price? Can't remember. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So we got some closing line value on our Browns money line play from before, which I'm happy with. Very happy. Okay, let's get back over this EV tool. Let's refresh once more. These are anytime touchdowns, guys, for the NFL. Check out your Fanatics limits. You might be surprised what you can get down. This Kyron plays on the edge. You can play it if you want to. I don't really bet too many unders, guys. It's not really my jam. Let's take a look at just some regular props. And let's throw this into a +130 range. And yeah, league's fine. DVIG's fine. Let's go for today. And let's check out all the sports books. I'm going to quickly log on to Onyx on the desktop website. They've been running a lot of good promos this week. Forgot to give out the one yesterday. I do apologize there. We have a 25% SGP NFL Sunday boost. So opt into that one, guys. That looks pretty decent. Again, if you guys are looking to put together an SGP boost, we can just check this out on Onyx at the moment, see if they have anything. We need 3 picks for the same game. Bills, Steelers. Okay. Ty Johnson, Josh Allen. Okay, I don't mind this on the Bills, Steelers. And maybe we can pair that with a James Cook touchdown, possibly. It's -105. It's not great. But if you guys were looking to pair this, you obviously have to find 3 plays. Looks like, I do like this. Cousins over passing yards, Pitts over on receptions. That goes hand in hand with some positive correlation. I don't mind this play on this Falcons game. This is for today. Yeah, Jets, Falcons. Okay. So I'm just going to go over here, guys. Passing yards, Cousins over. Where's the receptions at? And all you guys got to do is come here, click the over, click the over. If I open up this event page, because I don't see anything else for the Falcons game, at least DVIGing the Pinnacle. One other thing, guys, we could do for this is I'll just use a different DVIG to maybe Bookmaker to see if I can find anything for this Jets game. Can I find anything else? Algier over on rushing yards. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. Algier over on his rushing yards. Over 29.5. Did I not click it? There we go. All right, and Cousins play just moved, but we can get this SGP boost. The most we could bet is $25. So the thing here, guys, is again, when you go on this over, and then we come up here to the top, you could see that we should be getting odds of +629. This is why it's so hard for me to play this. I really can't play this boost because we're supposed to be receiving odds of +629. And even with the boost added on Onyx, it only gives us odds of +556. This is so garbage. This one's trash. I can't bet this. I really can't. Because it's such a bad price. It's not even close. If it was +600, I could get down with that, but I can't do it. So That's the exercise, though, guys. Just click the add to parlay. You can check out the price that you should be receiving. But remember, because all these sports books with SGPs bake in correlation, it's just big trash. Like it's so hard to overcome that price. It's like me last weekend at the Hard Rock in Flagstaff. I'm like, dude, I can't bet any of these because of how much vig is baked into all these odds. Everything's just so heavily juiced. Let's select all the books and let's get back to this. If you want to bet those plays, guys, as individuals, I'm cool with that. Can we get this anywhere else for Davis Allen? Not really. Not really. That's just a Sportsino play. Tua on his passing attempts. Doesn't look like we can get this anywhere else. Even at MGM, guys, it's a little EV on the under 30.5 passing attempts, but it's not that great. Chris, yeah, we already looked at Underdog, man. We shared a slip earlier. We'll come back later at the very end of the stream to go through that again. Obviously, you could see this Zonovan night play would be something that I would cook up if I was on Underdog. You can put this on a 3-man entry. No insurance, or 2-man, 5-man, or not 2-man, probably not. 5-man, 6-man, yes. Ricky Pearsall over on his catches. There's going to be some weather in Cleveland today, guys, but you can bet this on any Canby sportsbook. This is almost a low hold to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to bookmaker. So Pearsall over 2.5 catches. I don't mind that at all. Honestly, I hate betting unders on Jacoby Brissett, especially when it comes to passing completions, because the dude's been like throwing the ball like 55 times a game. But this is an ARB to Pinnacle, man. FanDuel, ESPN bet. Who moved? Did anyone move recently? Yeah, Pinnacle did. A lot. Damn it. Hate betting unders, but unders can cash. Sometimes I hate betting unders on player prop bets, but this is a very good under on Jacoby Brissett. Under on his passing completions. Plays for the Cardinals. So I'm going over to FanDuel right now. Passing props. We're looking at that under 25.5. I mean, it's going to be tough for me to bet $500 on this. Because they'll take a $750 wager, which is so insane. I'm going to go in for a $250 spot here. It's just really a comfort level with me, guys. I just got to get a little bit more. Like, this is still a lot of money for me betting on a player prop. Got to get a little bit more comfortable betting like $500. But again, like I talked about, guys, when player props, I like to bet up to the recommended bet size at most. And if the odds work against us, then I have a little bit of cushion. That's how I like to look at it. I'm always very conservative when it comes to player props. But we get that for FanDuel. Probably should go a little bit heavier. Jonathan Taylor under on his catches. Okay. We talked about the Pearsall play. Again, there's a decent amount of liquidity here on Sam Darnold, $1,500. So I would be careful on this one. Is there any movement from Pinnacle? That would give me more confidence to bet this. Appreciate Satch, Bucks money line. I got to check that one out. I forgot that you mentioned that one. Yeah, there's movement from Bookmaker and FanDuel here, guys. A little bit of movement from Pinnacle the opposite direction. I'm just probably going to stay away from that one. Let me take a look at that. I'm nervous with this Bucks game because Baker has such a bum arm. But yeah, I mean, we removed the juice here. It's not quite EV to Pinnacle anymore, but obviously if you guys were able to get that earlier, it is. I'm probably going to stay away from it, but if I were to listen to you earlier, Satch, yeah, it would have been a really good play. Irish, it's too... I changed it. I should have changed it back. Yeah, it's back to Pinnacle in worst case. So, for the player props, Devin Neal, yeah, he's the backup taking over for Kamara. That looked really good. That's gone. Obviously, it's these Hard Rock plays, guys. Even if I still like to open these up and take a look at other books to see if there's any other book that's offering a price close to this. No vig is, obviously. So if you can get this at plus 140, there's only a $175. This is a low hold to Pinnacle. I would bet this over Parker Washington catches on no vig. Chigakonkwo under 2.5 receptions. Can you get this anywhere else? Yeah, you can get this over at BetMGM. For those of you that aren't limited yet on BetMGM and Sportsino. And this game starts in, what is that? An hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to go over to Sports Zeno and bet this now because I'll take the Okonkwo play. I like that. One thing, the unders guys, they're not always the fun, they're not, it's not a great time to bet, but I don't mind it. And we're going to come over here to Sports Zeno. I'll bet this at plus 100 odds. How much should I bet this at plus 100? About 276. That's a little high for me, but okay. What else do we have here? Tootin over on his rushing yards. Same game, guys. Titans, Jags. All right, let me look at the NFL here. Tootin over 29.5. So him to get 30 rushing yards. This is actually on DraftKings an ARB to Pinnacle by 1 cent. It's a low hold on Bet Rivers. So the Tootin play I don't mind. I'm going to go over to DraftKings right now and log in because this looks decent. I'm also going to got to make sure I save at least $50 over here on DraftKings because we got that pick 6 play, and I want to grab that. So we're looking at the Titans and the Jags. Got a couple plays here. I'm looking at Okonkwo under on receptions, the over on the rushing props, and 30 rushing yards. It's not his main, probably over-under for Tootin. Tootin's over-under is at 26.5. Yeah, so for him to get this, I'm probably going to save a little bit of dough, but I'll go 200 on Tootin, see if we can get that. There we go. All right, so I get $200 over here on DraftKings. 109 odds plus for $200. Nice. Njoku over on his receiving yards. FanDuel, this is an ARB to Pinnacle right now. Who moved? That's what I want to know. It's minus 120. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Go. Bookmakers are minus 128, minus 142. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So this is where we can bet a little bit more. Again, these are really, guys, here's the thing I run into all the time. Again, it happens to me. These player prop odds, I'm being told by OddsJam to bet way more than I'm normally used to betting for player props. Was it receiving yards? Njoku. There we go. 300. So we're in there. Again, guys, maybe you should have bet the 350 spot, but we're going for 300. ARB to Pinnacle, cross market, always a good sign when you see this with Njoku. And Pinnacle just moved a lot. And they're taking up to $1,000, so I like that a lot, quite a bit. Yeah, Dr. Slips. So listen, on Onyx, I don't really care about my account health, but that's a great question that you asked. So Dr. Slip asked, thoughts on running promos, even if they're shitty SGP ones for account health? Yes. So it's something I did on Thanksgiving, like Caesars, DraftKings. I ran every one of their promos. I bet $10 or $5. And it was a shitty, and I didn't even use positive EV. I just bet my opinion and just had fun with it. So on sports books, like a Hard Rock, books that you're going to get limited on, like a Fanatics, please, guys, even though they are shitty SGP promos, because the sports books know, for account health purposes, 100%. Bet your opinions, or try to find some positive EV plays. But I'm always in on that. So there's a right here on DraftKings, right? We got this touchdown scoring stack. Get a bigger boost for each touchdown score leg added, right? I'll definitely opt in on that one because we might be able to find some anytime touchdown score value over here on DraftKings, right? That can definitely happen. What price do we get this at? Yeah, we got this at minus 125, guys, and it moved to minus 130 on FanDuel. So we got about 5 cents of CLV, which is awesome to see that. Alec Pierce over on his catches. DK, again, this looks really good to Pinnacle, but who moved? I'm always looking for line movement. You can see FanDuel moved. Bookmaker moved. Pinnacle moved. And guess who moved first, guys? Look at the purple line. The purple line was the one that made the first big drop. So this is another little telltale, right? Look at the first purple line. That's Pinnacle. They dropped off a cliff first. Then watch all the copycatters, all the traders. They're just going to do what Pinnacle does. And then Bookmaker moves after Pinnacle. And then FanDuel moves after Bookmaker. And now look, DraftKings, we can go out there and grab them on these receiving props. Alec Pierce. Dang it, dude. Like, probably not going to have enough for this DFS boost because there's just a lot. I'm a little underprepared today, to be honest with you guys. When it comes to my liquidity, this is just a personal conundrum. I'm just having a little therapeutic moment talking out loud. Alec Pierce, over 2.5 catches. And make sure, it's a 1 cent difference, guys, if you go down to his actual over-unders. Because I only have about $109 left in the account, so that's it. All right, we get this over on DK. Nice play there. Nice play. I'm out of dough, which bothers me on DraftKings. And I already made, so it is what it is. There's just so much going on just on the NFL today, guys. This is why it's just such a great time to bet it. We talked about Njoku, Brissett, Pierce, Cam Ward. Okay. And obviously, guys, on Sportsino, I could place a couple. I'll probably place like a parlay or two over there. For anytime touchdown scores, let's go back over here to see, can you rock anything on DraftKings at the moment? So your touchdown stack. Yeah, not great on Breece Hall. There's no DraftKings value at the moment. If you bet this on Fanatics, guys, we got it at plus 110. We got some CLV right now. It moved to plus 105. Achan, same thing. We bet it at minus 125 on Fanatics. We got 5 cents of CLV. Not a shock to get CLV on Fanatics. But the bets that we just placed like 20 minutes ago, you can't get the same price now that we got it at on Achan and on Cook. But Breece Hall, you can still get it over there. But Fanatics moved to plus 135 when we got it at plus 155. So, again, confirmation that we made the right decision. You can bet this again over at Novig. All about that. Yeah, Cam. So, listen, man, I'm more than happy to check Fliff out maybe a little bit later because I know we want to get through some other positive EV bets. One thing I will say, not just to Cam, but everyone else, if you want me to go to a play right now and go see a specific sports book right now, that's where being a premium channel member, like Wilbo, like Saints fan, 49ers Faithful, like Irish, like Trent, all these guys, if they make a request to go see a sports book, that's one of the perks that you receive being a channel member. So, again, you can go over my YouTube homepage for $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month, not just getting that perk, but other perks as well. So we'll get to Fliff here in a little bit. We'll see when we look at some other markets if there's anything else out there. Looking at just some mainline markets, guys, I want to take a look at for just looking at Pinnacle today for like the NBA, for college basketball. We'll kind of see what we have cooking here. And also the NHL. I want to look at some mainline markets. What do we got? Oh, no, these are player props. My bad. I don't want player props. I want main markets. Okay, what do we got here? Bucknell, Cornell. Okay. There's some different value on Hard Rock. Prairie View A&M. We got some different college basketball value right now. Is this out there right now? Because if this is a money line play on Onyx, no, it moved to plus 110. Dang, because that would have been really good because this game starts in 12 minutes. First half money line, though, over here on Caesars, guys, college basketball. Yeah, too low liquidity, most likely for me to go after that. Okay. You're going to have a lot of college basketball plays that are going to live up here. Really, really solid stuff. Yeah, I agree with that, Sally. I agree. I do like that. Pierce has been sneaky good, and no one cares, but he is on my fantasy team, so I'm hoping. Big kind of this week and next week, guys. Big week for anyone that's trying to get in the fantasy playoffs. Hopefully you guys are off to a good start. I got lucky. My opponent had Amon-Ra St. Brown, so he got a big goose, and I had Jamison Williams. So, but God, gotta love. We're getting down to the nitty gritty on fantasy football. Also, guys, like, don't forget, like, at least for fantasy football, because this has happened to me in years past. Like, this week and next week, very, very big weeks. Also for the playoffs, like, don't forget about your fantasy football team. Like I did one time, I forgot to set my lineup, like on a playoff matchup. And it's like you grind this entire season, and then you just like forget about what's going on over there, and your team. St. Joe's and Princeton. This is on Bet Anything, which I have a couple dollars over there. Circa, okay. Yeah, I mean, bookmakers are minus 129. Pinnacle's minus 132. St. Joe's and Princeton. Bet Anything's a global offshore sportsbook, guys. I don't always get to bet a ton over there, but because there's not always a ton of plays. They used to be Bet Any Sports, but now they're Bet Anything. I just got limited very hard over there on their props builder. But again, I've been using the sportsbook for about 2 to 3 years. So I left a couple dollars in there, and I want to definitely put it to use. So let me go over to Princeton and St. Joe's. We're looking at this over 147.5. I got about, yeah, we're looking pretty good. I got 231. Okay. So I'm going to bet my max in the account here on this. So 231.32. Anton, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining the OGs, man. EK, what's going on? Appreciate you joining, Anton. I know you've been on the streams for a long time, man. Supporting for a long time. So really, really appreciate that. And obviously, all OGs and DGens welcoming Anton, a part of the family. Glad to have you. EK asks, do you think/know that using the one-click buttons from OddsJam is something that the books know? So, that's a great question, EK. So I don't know this. I know Golden Pants brought this up on a podcast probably like 3 months ago on the Risk Takers podcast. Honestly, guys, for myself, this is something that you've probably noticed from me. Now, there's a real big reason that I don't use the one-click bet feature on my streams. I am using Google Chrome on my streams. What you guys are seeing, I bet everything on Safari. Like all my windows that I just have left up on my computer are Safari. So that's one reason why I don't use the one-click bet feature. I use Google Chrome because on PrizePicks and Underdog, I can share the links with you guys. In terms of your question, EK, I have been notified that that's not the case. By the way, we just bet this over, and it just moved on Princeton St. Joe's. It just moved to 148.5. Love that. So I've been told that that's not the case. But for myself personally, I would rather just go log on to the book and find the bet and place it just to be safe. That's just me. Maybe I'm big braining it. But honestly, yeah, because if there is something attached to the link, it's not the best. But I've been told that's not the case. But I still just prefer not to. For those of you that are new to sports betting, the one-click feature is going to be very advantageous for you. If you're someone that's been betting for a while, like yourself, EK, or like Satya or Irish or anyone in here that I know that's been betting for a while, you guys know where to navigate on these sports books to find these plays. So I don't use the one-click bet feature for myself. But that's a very good question to ask. Appreciate you asking that because it is definitely out there. All right, let's go back over to the optimizer. Let me take a look at PrizePicks. Early on, we didn't find any PrizePicks value, which kind of sucked. Tomorrow, guys, I'll be on at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We'll be getting ready for looking at mainline markets in the morning. We'll be getting ready for the Monday Night Football game. We got a lot going on now that we're past Thanksgiving. Let's get rid of these fantasy scores. But I appreciate that question, EK, because it's definitely something. Want to hear you guys' thoughts if you think that there's anything attached. Is there, using the one-click bet feature, is there some history maybe attached to that link that the sportsbooks can tell that you're using OddsJam? Another kind of telltale, guys, the reason that I don't bet alternate markets is because alternate markets are such a niche market that, if you see, if a sportsbook sees that 5,000 people just bet this alternate line market, it's a telltale sign sometimes that it's just odds jammers they're smashing that bet. It's a kind of a clear signal. So it's why I stick to mainline markets for the most part in player props, no alt markets, is because it's such a niche market. If a sports book is really off on their pricing and then all of a sudden 3 or 10,000 people go smash it, it's a pretty clear indicator that an odds jam user just hit them up. Oh, no problem, Anton. No problem, man. Do you get a different URL, for example? Yeah, so I haven't checked that out, to be honest. I haven't vetted that one. And guys, obviously saying what I just said right now on the stream, when you see me make YouTube videos, I'm always going to promote the one-click bet feature because I'm always thinking about the person that is brand new to sports betting. And, when I talk to a lot of people that are brand new to sports betting, it can be very overwhelming. Like, because most people are just used to having like a DraftKings or FanDuel account, and they didn't realize, like, wait a minute, I got to sign up with all these sports books, and then like I got to like find all these bets, and like their head's spinning, right? So I always promote the one-click bet feature because it definitely can help a lot of beginning sports bettors get their feet wet. But then obviously once you know how to navigate the sports books, you don't really need to use it because just go bet it on your own. I'm still fairly disappointed with what's going on with PrizePicks. So the reason I just mentioned that is because I don't want to sound like, I'm a phony, or anything. Like I don't use it myself personally, but I think it's a very helpful tool for the new bettors. But if you're someone that's been around long enough, I would say, yeah, maybe the one-click feature, you don't need to use it. Devin Neal, I do like the Devin Neal play. It's okay. It's okay to Pinnacle. I can get down with the Devin Neal play. All in all, though, guys, I would wait until we get closer to tip-off for some of these NBA games because there's just not much going on over there. For any Fliff users, let's see what we have. Let me throw in 3 minimum data points because I'm a little disappointed with what I see on the board at the moment. Let's go like minus 200. Let's try to make this realistic. Really? How about like 1 minimum data point? Yeah, Pinnacle. What is going on here, dude? Pinnacle was just flashing. Now they're not there anymore. Okay. So plus minus 200. The Chase McLaughlin play looks okay, but I have no idea what Pinnacle's odds are. So difficult to tell. Difficult to tell here. I would say not much. That's a little disappointing there on Fliff for sure. For my DraftKings Pick 6 people that are trying to use a little bit more of their NFL boosts, let's get rid of this. Let's go to League. I appreciate that, Dr. Slips. Let me know about that. And Wilbo, appreciate you sharing what you know about there. Wilbo says URLs can be and often are different when from an IBF type feature. Some clicks have extra code added to them. Sites can track where you've come from through that. Specifically for OJ, I don't know. Yeah, great question to ask about the URLs. So if you want to play it safe, I'd say, yeah, don't mess around with it. DraftKings Pick 6. Cedric Tillman over receiving yards. Yeah, this is fine. It's okay. It's obviously over 14.5. Pinnacle's at 17.5 at minus 131. So that would be a very good play, even though it's 3 yards difference. A little bit of distribution there. Chimere DK under 3.5. I like this to Pinnacle. So you could take the over on Tillman, the under on DK receptions. Jalen Coker. Yeah, Jalen Coker over 2.5 catches. I don't mind that at all. Alec Pierce. I'm okay with Alec Pierce over on his receiving yards. Gino plays okay. I prefer Alec Pierce. I prefer Coker. I prefer DK. I prefer Cedric Tillman. So that's what I would go with. So just to give you guys, to make this a little bit easier, this would be the slip. And I'll kind of pause here for a second so you guys can see the screen. And we will take a look at underdog, Aiden. We'll take a look at that. There you go, Wilbo. Appreciate that. No doubt about that. Yeah, incognito mode's always good. Just got a boatload of Twitter notifications. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Let me take a look at this underdog, and let's see what we have. No fantasy scores. I don't want that. Again, for a lot of NBA props, guys, it's still a little bit too early for me to jump into. The game that starts at 1 o'clock, can't remember who plays at 1 today. I can get in on that. But outside of that, I would say I'm still just going to wait to see some news pop out. Kind of same with the NHL. I know there's a game going on early this morning. There's only 4 games with the NHL today, which is kind of tough. But these NBA player props, I'm not saying they're bad plays. It's just that I like to wait until a little bit more injury news comes out. Trey Murphy, though, the under, that's fine. Okonkwo, yes, the under 28.5, I'm good with that. So both unders on Okonkwo and Trey Murphy. And then also Keontae George. I'm cool with all these unders. On underdog, 3-pick slip, no insurance. Quentin Grimes. Yeah, these first 4 plays I have no issue with at all. Except for the Grimes points, rebounds, and assists. Don't really like that one. So yeah, these first 4 plays over here. No, Dr. Slips, I think it's a good point. Obviously, yeah, there's always going to be some curiosity there. Not my forte in terms of knowing any kind of background or IT, but appreciate Wilbo sharing that. And, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go run to grab something to eat. And then for Dub Club users, get ready probably within the next hour or so. Shoot out the rest of the NBA, NHL picks for tonight and today. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys tuning in the stream, guys. A lot going on. I know we weren't able to get through everything, but there's a lot happening today. It's the best time of the year. Back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll be able to knock out 2 streams a day, be able to knock out those mainline markets and player props. So looking forward to that. You guys have a fantastic Sunday. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And if nothing else, talk to you guys mañana. Adios.